All right, folks. Welcome back to Shreveport Connection. As you see my advertisement in the background. This is about bragging rights pay-per-view that happened tonight. I missed the first match or two. I'll let y'all know exactly when I came in. I came in during the tag team match, and I wasn't too impressed. I didn't see much of it. I stepped into the kitchen to give me a bite to eat. Match was over. And you have new tag team champions. As this match was not even advertised on the card at all up until the actual pay-per-view. Okay, they started off the pay-per-view. Let's see. Of course, you had the announcers: Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and Matt Striker for your announcers. Video package was shown, Kane versus Undertaker leading up to the Buried Alive match for the WWE Championship. Graphic opening then hits, voiced by Michael Cole, focusing on bragging rights team, Raw versus Team SmackDown tonight. Then they go live to the Target Center in Minneapolis where they display pyro goes off. We get a close-up of the Buried Alive grave site. Excuse Me, Vicky Guerrero is out first to kick off the show and introduces the WWE Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler, which is your first match. Champion versus champion. Dolph Ziggler versus Daniel Bryan. I'm going to go ahead and give you the winner, Daniel Bryan. I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see this match. I'm not going to give anything on it, to my opinion. But my favorite, Daniel Bryan won with his bell lock. Ziggler tried to fight it, but he ended up tapping out eventually. After the match, Vicky Guerrero argues with the referees. Referee sends both Vicky and Ziggler to the back. Backstage, Miz and Alex Riley are watching at the end of the match. And Miz says he taught Bryan everything he knows. And Team Raw is getting off to a great start tonight. Sheamus walks up and says no one is going to take orders from Miz tonight. CM Punk walks up and says Miz is barely Captain Crunch. Santino walks up and tells everyone to chillax. I guess he meant chill out. He wants to know where the snacks and the beverages are. Punk says he knows Team SmackDown is the best of anyone, and that he should be making orders tonight. Santino wants to order some Sun Chips. Sheamus says he will kick anyone's head off and gets in his face. Punk laughs. Everyone walks off except for Punk and Miz. Miz wants Punk's help tonight so they can beat Team SmackDown because they are awesome. Punk laughs and seems to disagree. Alright, WWE Tag Team Champions Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre are on their way out to the ring. McIntyre says everyone in the back is scared of them and won't face them. Raw GM has something to say. There's a tag team on Raw that is worthy of facing Rhodes and McIntyre tonight. Nexus music hits. Wade Barrett walks out and says tonight will be the greatest night ever in the history of the Nexus. He introduces their next opponents, none other than David Otunga and John Cena. Okay, this is your tag team championship match. We start with Cody Rhodes and David Otunga. Rhodes drop toe holds Otunga right away and tags in Drew McIntyre. McIntyre with big shots to Otunga in the corner. Quick tag back to Cody, who works over Otunga with some big kicks. Tags to McIntyre and both launch Otunga into the corner with force. Otunga finally breaks free and tags in John Cena. Lock up and Cena pushes Rhodes to the corner. Rhodes with a big forearm to the head on Cena. Cena fires back with a big snap suplex. Cena with a hanging vertical suplex on Rhodes. Otunga is yelling to Cena to tag him back in. Rhodes with a big uppercut to Cena. Tag to McIntyre who stomps over the head of Cena. McIntyre with a face buster on Cena. We're getting some back and forth chants with Let's Go Cena and Cena sucks. Tag to Rhodes, who locks on a modified camel clutch on Cena. Cena powers out, series of shoulder blocks. attempts his twisting power bomb. Rhodes counters and tags in McIntyre. Cena then drops McIntyre with his power bomb and does a "you can't see me" motion to Otunga. Five knuckle shuffle on McIntyre. Rhodes distracts Cena, and McIntyre attempts his DDT. Tag to Cody Rhodes, who was dropped and put into SCF, and Cody taps out. Winners and new tag team champions, David Otunga and John Cena. After the match, David Otunga grabs the WWE Tag Team Championships and starts celebrating. Otunga then hands one of the belts to Cena and goes to celebrate more when Cena gives him an attitude adjustment, and Cena then walks off with both Tag Team Championship belts and heads to the back. Video is played of where Goldust is playing mind games with Ted DiBiase and stealing his $1 million belt. Backstage, Ted DiBiase said tonight he makes an example out of Goldust and takes back his title. Again, this was announced shortly right before the pay-per-view online. This was an added match. Ted DiBiase Jr. versus Goldust. And Ted DiBiase goes after Goldust right away, dropping in the corner and hitting some big kicks. Goldust tosses DiBiase out of the ring, then launches him shoulder first into the padded guard railing. Back in the ring, DiBiase catches Goldust with a big kick to the head. When Goldust was climbing up the turnbuckle, DiBiase catches Goldust with a big elbow and drop kick combo for a 2 count. DiBiase with another quick clothesline on Goldust. DiBiase drops a series of elbows over Goldust. DiBiase with a modified Russian leg sweep over his knee on Goldust. DiBiase with a kick to the head, covering another kick out by Goldust. DiBiase applies a headlock over Goldust. Goldust fights back dropping DiBiase with a back suplex. Goldust with a series of clotheslines, uppercut, atomic drop, and running bulldog on DiBiase. Goldust hits the ropes, attempt a big charge on DiBiase, but DiBiase drops down to Goldust, goes flying through the ropes and out of the ring. Goldust drops DiBiase's head up off the top rope, goes up top, but DiBiase catches him in midair with a big drop kick for a 2 count. Goldust with a snap power slam on DiBiase. Goldust counters Dream Street, but DiBiase then catches him with a big spine buster. Goldust with a big shoulder charge, dropping DiBiase. Maurice is also at ringside, runs up, takes out Oksana on the outside, who was also at ringside. They start fighting outside. She tosses Oksana into the ring. Oksana starts crying. Excuse me. Goldust checks on Oksana, and distraction allows DiBiase to get a quick DDT and gets the pin on Goldust. And Ted DiBiase escapes with the $1 million belt, and back in his after the match, Maurice grabs the $1 million belt, gets in the ring. Oksana tackles Maurice and hits her head against the mat. Oksana takes back the $1 million belt. DiBiase gets in her face. Oksana teases. She's going to kick DiBiase when Goldust comes from behind, drops him with a twisting. His finishing new maneuver is twisting suplex. It's a suplex where he catches him, and it's like a twist of fate. He just does a quick twisting suplex. To me, it's something I could do with a little practice. Just pick up the guy's face first. Not like you're going to get him straight up in the air, but just come down and just big twist. Pretty cool move. Okay, before the match, Team Lay Cool makes fun of the crowd in Minneapolis, saying it's so cold there. They like their women large, and they also felt Brett Favre to stop sending them certain kinds of text messages. I believe this is where I walked into the room after I turned on the internet and what have you to catch the pay-per-view, because overall I would not have paid for this pay-per-view. Wasn't worth the money that some people work hard for. Okay, this is your women's title match, and of course it's unified. Natalya shows off her strength early on against Layla. Layla fires back, drop kicking Layla out of the ring. Michelle McCool interferes many times in the match. Layla applies a modified armbar on Natalya's right arm. Natalya is able to power up and scoop slam. Natalya with a big clothesline. Natalya with a big hook suplex. And clothesline combo. Layla catches Natalya with a kick to the face. Natalya fires back with a drop kick. Natalya attempts a sharpshooter, but Layla grabs the ropes and pulls herself out. Layla grabs her title and starts heading to the back when Natalya catches up with her. And again, Michelle McCool is getting her little 2 cents worth in. And Natalya pushes her to the side. McCool gets in a cheap shot on Natalya again, and Layla covers her for the pinfall. There wasn't much on this match. I saw more than what the internet was saying. To me, Natalya is more of a champion because she's a better wrestler than LayCool, because all you got is the double team moves, and Natalya's got the sharpshooter as her finisher, more better than LayCool's finisher. Actually, Layla's finisher. Okay, winner still Divas champion Layla. Promo for Survivor Series was shown November 21st. Airs focusing on the Nexus, and thus that's my opinion when the breakup of Nexus. Josh Matthews is standing ringside at the empty grave for tonight's Buried Alive match. Video package runs focusing on Kane versus Undertaker tonight for the world title. I'm going with my own on this. I've seen the entire match. Boring as hell. Undertaker should have won this match. It went all the way around the arena several times. Went to the crowd a few times. They got back to the ring once or twice. Did a couple of moves in the ring. A couple of choke slams back and forth. Anyways, Kane got drugged to the grave. Actually climbed up to the dirt hill of the grave. Undertaker followed him up, and Undertaker got his Hell's Gate at the side of the grave. He was totally knocked out. He tapped several times. Undertaker threw him in for several minutes, and then started to go after Percy Pringle, other known as what's his face, the manager. You know who I'm talking about. Let me go find Paul Bearer. That. Duh. Brain fart. Anyways, Nexus comes out, interferes, since it's a Buried Alive match. There's no actually rules in this match. They start beating Undertaker down 5-on-1. Everybody from Nexus except for John Cena came out. Thus they got Undertaker. Kane comes back out. He acts like he doesn't need any help. He chases Nexus off. Throws him back in. Throws Undertaker back in the grave. Does his what do you call it? Fire. Turn out the lights. Fire appears. And when he did that, lightning struck, and there's a big bulldozer with